It was Christmas Eve, the kind of night when the city glowed with warm lights and families walked hand in hand through the gently falling snow, but for Adrian Cole, the youngest CEO in the city's history, none of it meant anything. He sat alone on a cold bench in Central Park, wearing an expensive charcoal overcoat that kept out the winter wind but not the loneliness gnawing inside him. His phone lay silent beside him, no messages, no calls, no one waiting for him anywhere. After years of pouring his entire soul into building an empire, Adrian had everything: wealth, power, luxury, but nothing that made life feel like life. Tonight, as laughter echoed all around him, he felt unbearably empty. He watched families pass by, parents lifting their excited children, couples sharing hot chocolate, friends wrapped in festive scarves. The world belonged to everyone except him. He lowered his head, rubbing his palms together to keep warm, when suddenly a tiny pair of brown boots stopped right in front of him. He looked up and saw a little girl, maybe 5 years old, bundled in a maroon coat and a gray knitted hat with a pom-pom bouncing with each breath she took. Her cheeks were rosy from the cold, and she clutched a small paper bag like a treasure. She stared at him with wide, innocent eyes, studying him in a way that made him feel strangely seen. "Mister, are you okay?" she asked softly. Adrian blinked, surprised that anyone, especially a child, had noticed him. "I'm fine," he muttered, forcing a smile that convinced neither of them. Before he could say more, the girl leaned a little closer, her eyes shimmering with a kindness far too big for someone so little. "Do you want to have dinner with us?" she asked, her voice hopeful, as though she were offering him the greatest gift she could give. Adrian froze. No one had asked him something so simple, yet so meaningful, in years. He glanced around and spotted a woman, likely her mother, standing a short distance away, watching with gentle curiosity. She didn't look wealthy or glamorous. She held 2 grocery bags and wore a simple navy coat, but her expression carried warmth, gratitude, and a softness Adrian had almost forgotten existed. I don't want to interrupt your family's Christmas," he said awkwardly. "My mommy says Christmas is about making sure no one is alone," the little girl replied proudly, lifting her chin. "And you look really, really alone." Her honesty pierced him deeper than she knew. The mother walked over then, giving her daughter a fond smile before turning to Adrian. "I'm sorry if she bothered you," she said, though her tone held no embarrassment, only kindness. "We're just heading home to have a small dinner. You're welcome to join us if you'd like. No pressure." Adrian hesitated. He didn't belong with strangers. He didn't belong anywhere, really. But the girl tugged gently on his sleeve, her mitten soft against the fabric of his coat, and whispered, "Please." Something inside him cracked, not painfully, but like ice thawing after too many winters. He nodded slowly. "I would like that," he admitted. The girl beamed, the kind of smile that made Christmas lights seem dim. "Yay. I'm Emma," she announced, as if welcoming him into a secret world. "I'm Adrian," he said, standing from the bench. "Mr. Adrian," she corrected sweetly. "You look too grown up to be just Adrian." Her mother laughed, a warm, gentle sound that eased the tightness in his chest. They walked together through the glowing park, Emma swinging his hand as though they'd known each other forever. Her mother, Sophie, asked him polite questions while Emma excitedly told him about her Christmas drawing, her favorite cookies, and her wish for a puppy. Adrian found himself smiling, really smiling, for the first time in months. When they reached their small apartment building, he felt oddly nervous, but Sophie welcomed him inside like an old friend. The place was modest, with a tiny Christmas tree decorated with handmade ornaments, but it radiated warmth and love in a way Adrian's luxurious penthouse never had. Emma proudly placed her precious paper bag on the table and opened it to reveal gingerbread cookies she had made at school. "You can have the first one," she declared, pushing it toward him. Adrian accepted the misshapen cookie and felt emotion rise unexpectedly in his throat. It wasn't the taste, it was the gesture, the simplicity of being included. Dinner was simple: soup, roasted vegetables, warm bread, but to Adrian, it felt like a feast. They talked, laughed, shared stories, and for the first time in years, he felt part of something real. When it was time to leave, Emma hugged him tightly. "You're not alone now," she whispered. "You can have dinner with us anytime." Adrian knelt, hugging her back with a sincerity that surprised even him. "Thank you, Emma. You made this the best Christmas I've had in a long time." Sophie smiled softly. "You're welcome here whenever you need a place to feel human again." And as Adrian walked back out into the snowy night, he realized something life-changing. He had spent years chasing success, but what he truly needed was connection. Love. Warmth. A sense of home. And tonight, a little girl had given it all back to him without asking for anything in return. With his heart full for the first time in forever, he whispered into the snow-lit sky, maybe Christmas still has room for miracles. And if you felt even a spark of that miracle in this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring more heart-touching stories to life. Stay with us, stay inspired, and remember, sometimes the smallest kindness can change someone's entire world.